Is it your view, and it's fine if you don't have a view on this, that Jean-Michel Trogneau fathered children before he transitioned to Brigitte?
Alors sur, la question de la vie de Jean-Michel.
So, on the question of Jean Michel Trogneau's life, for the moment, it's a dotted one. We know that Brigitte Macron was born Jean Michel Trogneau on February 11th, 1945, and that she lived under this identity at least until 1963. Then, there are two children who were declared by Jean Michel Trogneau, one named Jean-Jacques Trogneau and the other Valérie. This raises questions of would this potentially be Brigitte Macron's son? Well, this Jean-Jacques Trogneau looks like a spitting image of Emmanuel Macron. What's all that about?
Do you then have any opinion or view or lead on who was the mother then of Jean-Jacques and Valerie?
Yes, it's a woman. Alors,
I know that much.
ah ouais, bah, c'est une femme qui s'appelle Véronique Dreux.
It's a woman named Véronique Dru. She's a retired woman who was remarried to an important aristocrat from Amiens and undoubtedly raised the children of Jean-Michel Trogneau. I had a strange phone call with Véronique because while we were speaking, I realized in the background there were a bunch of people around listening to our conversation, and I asked to have some pictures and when I could obtain these, but Véronique said she would have to ask Brigitte first. I found that quite odd for a response to my question. I believe that once Emmanuel Macron is no longer in power, Pandora's box will be opened, people will start to speak, and this family's secret, which is so closely guarded, will start to unveil itself. I also believe the fall from grace for Macron will be quite severe. There's also an interesting shift in the media where news outlets such as the equivalent of the New York Times in France, who in the past have not paid any sort of noticeable attention to the fact that Brigitte is a man, have now started placing her name in quotation marks, hinting at the fact that things might not be as they seem. Even Le Monde, who for the past 12 years propped up Brigitte Macron, has now admitted that Emmanuel Macron was 14 when he met Brigitte. It used to be a conspiracy theory, but now as Emmanuel Macron nears his term's end, the secrets are coming out one by one and being acknowledged more.